So guys, I promised you a surprise, and we're going to have a few surprises coming up in the next few weeks. And that surprise is we're going to be interviewing players, coaches, GMs, not necessarily from the NHL. However, our first guest, and we like to start with the bang, could be in the NHL very soon. He played parts of the season in the WHL, some in the American Hockey League. But you may remember this season best for what he did at the World Juniors. Playing for Team Canada, 5.4 seconds to go in the semifinals against Russia. Our guest scored the goal, heard around, I guess, the hockey world. I almost said the junior hockey world. Allowed Canada to stave off elimination and go on to win their fifth straight gold medal. We have Jordan Eberle of the Regina Pats with us. Jordan, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. And Jordan, first of all, your 19th birthday is in just a couple of days. You got any big plans, man?
You know what? I kind of celebrated my birthday early. I went to the Dominican Republic with my sisters and their boyfriends, and just trying to get a vacation out of the way here. It's been a long season, and it's good to get some time off.
Yeah, Dominican Republic. I guess you earned it, bud. So I know you've been asked about this 1,000 times. I'll get it out of the way. I apologize. For those of us who haven't scored a goal of that magnitude, the one at the World Juniors, how long did it take to sink in exactly like what you had just done?
You know what? It was a lot different. I mean, as soon as I got back to Regina, people were always, stopping me on the street asking me, obviously first off, the Pats are a pretty known organization in Regina, and a lot of people knew who the players are, and everyone wanted to stop and ask and ask about the goal, and it was a pretty simple question to answer. I mean, you look at it as a hockey player, you try and give other people credit, and it wasn't just me. There's guys like Ryan Ellis who kept the puck in through like three guys, and Tavares throwing a net, and even there's little things in there like Hodgson lifting a guy's stick to make him not get the puck, and I'm just kind of the lucky one who got to finish it off. So.
Now, you experienced a lot of success, obviously, at the World Juniors. Your teammate with the Pats, Colton Tubert, came along for the ride with Team Canada. But you guys also experienced some adversity with the Regina Pats as well. You figure a team with two, world caliber players would at least make the WHL playoffs, and unfortunately, the Pats failed to do that this year. Experiencing so much success at the World Juniors and then some adversity in the WHL, do you feel like it's a valuable experience to get kind of both ends of the spectrum in one season?
Oh yeah. I mean, you learn a lot. Like you said, it was a really up and down season. We were battling for first place going into December, and obviously me and Colton went off to the World Juniors, and we came back to we weren't doing too well. We were actually I think we had dropped 3 places to 4th, and it just kind of spiraled down from there. We ended up, not, like you said, not making the playoffs, and you learn a lot. And in a situation like that, it was really tough to face the media just because we weren't doing well, and just really tough to go on the ice every night. But we looked at it as an experience. I've never really went through something like that in a losing team. I've always kind of been on winning teams, but. It was a good learning process. Obviously, it was a year to remember and not to remember, and I took a lot out of it in that way.
And, well, a little bit of good news heading towards the end of the season. You signed a 3-year entry-level deal with the Edmonton Oilers. First of all, have you bought anything special with your first NHL contract?
You know what? I haven't. I've always been asked that question too. I'm pretty frugal guy. I like to keep as much as I can, even with the little paycheck we get in the dub. So, hopefully one day I'll maybe spend a little bit of it. But right now I try to try and keep and save as much as I can.
You didn't buy anything special for Mother's Day?
Actually, we picked up a few gifts in the Dominican for my mom, and that's really about it.
That's pretty cool. And a good part of having that deal is you got to spend a nine game stint with the Oilers American Hockey League affiliate, the Springfield Falcons. They weren't doing so well, especially going towards the end of the season. But you had a 9-game stint with them, and look at that. You got 9 points in those 9 games, including your first goal in professional hockey. Was that a really special moment for you, getting your first professional goal, or are you still kind of waiting for that first National Hockey League goal to happen?
It was exciting. obviously finishing the season off in the Pats kind of on a bitter note. I was kind of lucky enough to go play some more hockey in Springfield, and like you said, they weren't doing too well. But I just wanted to kind of get up there and get the experience, and you kind of feel a little pressure to get that first goal of the way, and once it kind of finally happened, I felt like everything started to go work for me, and I think people don't appreciate their first goal. I mean, you might not score ever again, or you might not make it to the next league. It just depends, but you have to appreciate those little moments as possible as you can.
Well, and speaking of making it to the next league, obviously with the NHL draft fast approaching for 2009, you were drafted 22nd overall by the Oilers in 2008. And I got to ask, what was that whole experience like? The weeks approaching the draft, waiting to hear your name get called. How did you deal with it, and what sort of advice would you have for any of the draft eligible players this year?
It's a tough experience. I mean, for me, I was kind of rated later in the draft, and I was couldn't figure out to make a decision if I even wanted to go, just because of where it was and where I was ranked, and the whole thing. Don't go if you're not in the first round. But I ended up making the decision to go with my agent, and it's the best decision I've ever made. It's such a great experience. Obviously, with the combine beforehand and meeting through so many teams, and just kind of being there in that setting, it's a great experience, especially in Canada. They're having it again in Montreal. The fans are great. They're always booing and cheering the teams they like. And it's obviously a little nervous once the picks come around and it's getting later and later and you're not getting picked. But like I said, it was probably one of the best experiences of my life. And I definitely, if you're available, to go.
Well, and I'm sure you'll have many more memorable experiences in your hockey career. Jordan, thanks a lot for joining us, and good luck making the NHL next year, man.
Thank you very much. Enjoyed it.